Although the Derinkuyu style underground cities may look primitive to many people, actually they still pose many unanswered questions. For example, now, in parts where earthquakes have split them vertically, we can see that all the floors are of same thickness. Well, we can measure now that easily when full portions of the bedrock are missing, but how were people doing it when they couldn't see? How were they measuring? Till date, not a single building mistake has been found in these cities. So it doesn't seem they were working under blind conditions. And then how about providing light? Were they living in the darkness over there? And if not, why no traces of burning candles or any other fire has been found? After all, those very same questionable academic publications assure us that people were very primitive at that time. Also, the amount of primitive labor that would need to be invested in a building all this vast network of cities, it's barely comprehensible. Well, the questionable publications avoid this topic by giving vague ideas that all this was done when the stone was soft, and indirectly lead us to assume that it was more like scooping butter or ice cream, something of that sort. I don't know how realistic is this soft, tough slash butter ice cream scenario, because just look at the thin floors. People should have been falling like crazy through the butter floors, no? Yet not a single such butter hole has been found so far in the portions where the cities are well preserved. And then what about the over-engineered water cisterns and sewage systems? That's quite a complex engineering task as well. Was it really done by savages who cannot tell their right from left hand? And most importantly, why are they telling us that this was a butter scooped just a couple of thousand years ago, when the erosion marks on the butter could serve as an ideal and classic example for any geology textbook for an erosion that would take millions of years usually, or in the case of the younger ones, just a couple of 100,000. Well, more details about all this you can find in my video called Cappadocia, Cities Built When We Were Monkeys. But today, the news is that these cities are not, as I myself was wrongly informed before, mostly in Turkey and reaching in the surrounding regions of Europe and Asia. These cities are all over the world. Yes, exactly all over the world, and again we're dealing with probably yet another very ancient civilization that was capable of intercontinental travel, or who knows, maybe at that time the continents were differently situated, so there was no need even for such a travel. And this is what I mean by really worldwide Iran. I feel like I'm in Cappadocia. Find the difference. China. I still can't find the difference. Nepal. Here they call it a castle. They're situated on very high cliffs. Let's call them sky cities, skyscraper cities, things like that. They're so high up in the air, and I read a really amazing jewel of academic genius in this regard. Somebody asked the quack, so how did the primitive people reach over there at that height? And the quack said, isn't it amazing what kind of imagination they had, the primitive people? This is in Russia. Here it's not just one. Its full region is made hollow of such cities. Here's a map of, well, towns could be more appropriate word. Here we have two generations. I heard from Alexander Kaltepin, underground cities, and yes, some of them could be as young as a couple of 100,000 years, while the older generation seems to belong to the Cappadocia network. And here starts the interesting that most people are completely not aware of. Spain and Portugal are full of such things, just nobody studies them. Many of them are on private properties, abandoned, and I have only one small site from an island of Spain, but actually the full region here is so rich in them. And also those vehicle tracks, very similar to those of Cappadocia. All this needs to be researched. And then I found them even in North America. Officially, these are unstudied complexes of cave dwellings. I guarantee you that they continue very much underground. Yes, they do. No surprise that they're not digging actively over there. Another one, again, North America. And then in South America, it is just full of them. I don't know if this particular one belongs to them, probably it does, but I'm so sure that the full region is full of them. Just look at this, just look at the age. Because the source of that information is the Laboratory of Alternative History. They didn't find any need to photograph them or document them because they are only looking for, tool marks of advanced tools. So this is not interesting for them, but they definitely confirmed that the region is full of them. And so are the full region north of Rome, maybe full central Italy, probably, and the full island of Sardinia. They're just everywhere. It's amazing. I haven't had yet time to include those in the website directory, but they're definitely not studied. It's full of rectangular, well, swimming pools, or I don't know what kind of pools, also vehicle tracks, underground chambers, identical to Derinkuyu and Cappadocia. If somebody is in the region, more images and even video will be greatly appreciated. So for the most part, these underground towns are unexplored, Turkey being probably the only exception. Some attention is given to Derinkuyu and Goreme and Cappadocia, but the rest is just, this really needs to be studied. If somebody knows individuals or organizations that could help financially in terms of helping possible expeditions, at least near me in Asia, in Europe, I would be very glad to organize such expeditions together with some professional Russian geologists. The very fact that this network of cities spreads on almost all continents is just such an important discovery. I don't know even what to say. Maybe again I will quote Seth, who said, "There were many civilizations on your planet in the past. Some of them were much more technologically advanced than your own civilization. Some of them spoken of in legend, and some not.